8:38, Todd Jeffries and Don Pryor.
T&D.
I got a little bit of a, I guess it's not really my problem. It's kind of personal. I got this friend, and she's having a really tough time. She and her husband, and we don't want to go into very specific details, but they got a new dog not too long ago. And apparently this dog has become a real mess. Hard to take care of, hard to train.
High maintenance.
They live in an apartment, and I know there's somebody out there in the dog community that can offer some great tips and advice. I would say, take the dog to obedience school, but I think they're on the edge where it's time to maybe put the dog up for adoption. It's still in the puppy phase, the latter puppy phase, I would think.
High energy. High energy.
You got to eat through a few pairs of shoes.
Right.
You got to destroy. Destroy the trash car. You got to pee on some carpets.
You do
man.
have to
do
a lot of.
You got to earn your stripes as a dog owner, especially in an apartment.
Yeah.
But I bet there's somebody out there, somebody in the dog world, that can offer some great tips or advice. At 512-836-0590. We'll also put this on the Todd and Don Show Facebook page because, hey, pets are family.
They are. Well, listen, they're high maintenance, man.
But if the dog is starting to really make things tense around the dinner table, then maybe it's time to find somebody else to take care of that high-maintenance dog.
Well, you don't want to...
Get a cat or a chinchilla.
You don't want a pet situation to start to affect the relationship.
No.
It would get to that
And I'll bring it up because we personally have gone through it at home.
Yeah. I've got a cat that has one eye. We just spent an enormous amount of money to remove an eye.
Which I don't know why. I don't know why you did, but okay. That's what you folks are into in South Austin.
Yeah, it's just our thing. We're just in the cats with one eye.
Yeah.
It's just a look that we...
Do you want to offer a medical update?
It's just a look.
Hang on a second. Let's do this right.
Appreciate you asking. Appreciate you checking in.
I haven't even asked yet. I had a special intro. This is an update, a medical update, and we're violating several animal, feline, and canine HIPAA laws here. Don, would you please give us an update on your fat-ass one-eyed cat?
I do appreciate you asking, and I'm very happy to report to our T&D audience out there, which are many and a lot of concern. I've got a lot of email, a lot of texts regarding our cat. We had one eye removed because it had a messed up eye. You could just look at that eye and say, oh, that's messed up. We got to take it out. It's doing good. In fact, it looks like right now that it never had an eye to begin with. It's just a bunch of fur right there. It's a little odd. It's a lot. It can throw you a little bit. It's like, oh,
you think you could sell tickets in the sideshow?
We're thinking about it. I need a new side hustle, and that might be it. Come see the cat.
Your side hustle is removing cat eyes?
The cat, I will tell you, you can tell feels better now than it did before.
It's softer. Its fur is softer?
Well, no, I'm talking about you can tell. Well, it is very soft fur. Thanks for asking about that. But no, you can tell the cat feels better physically now that we remove the eye. It feels better physically than it did before when it still had the messed up eye. It's walking into walls, but it's doing fine.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sad.
It can only do a right turn, but it's doing fine.
Yeah.
So.
All right, jump in here at 512-836-0590. Thank you, Don. Appreciate that. All right, so listen, the debate over gun control is expected to play out at the state capitol today.
Guns in America.
Newsman Chris Fox, he reports the newly formed State House Mass Violence Prevention Committee. They're holding their first hearing.
State Representative Pancho Navarez, a Democrat, is the vice chair of the committee. He'd like to see new laws ending loopholes in the gun sale background check system.
I think we need to talk about the options. We need to be unafraid to speak truth to power.
Jim Henson of the University of Texas Politics Project doesn't expect much support for new gun control laws coming from the Republican members.
The problem here is that some Republicans don't want to have that discussion, and some want to have it probably more than is in the interest of the Republican Party to have it.
At the Capitol, Chris Fox, News Radio KLBJ.
Now, also in Guns in America, Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi, little Chuck Schumer, speaking with the president Sunday about the prospective gun control legislation They had that conversation and more talk.
Over the last few weeks, President Trump has been discussing potential gun legislation with senators in both parties, including the possibility of expanding background checks to include private sellers, an idea that does have some bipartisan support. However, during a 10-minute phone call with the president on Sunday, Pelosi and Schumer shot down any hopes of such a proposal, which they say does not go far enough.
Yeah, the Democrat leaders say they promised President Trump they would join him in the Rose Garden for a big signing ceremony if he supported gun legislation. That included a measure passed by the House to get the Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell to take it up.
What really puzzles me about this, or the question I have about this, closing this loophole, this private seller aspect of gun sales that they're concerned about, please, someone try to explain to me how, in any way, in any scenario, this would prevent a mass shooting. I do not see why they think this is going to make the world a safer place. I don't know what aspect. It's to me, it's like the furthest area of this problem to be concentrating on.
I think we need to fix the reporting system first, because there has been a rash of mass shootings. Sutherland Springs comes to mind, where these people should have never been able to buy a gun. They were purchased legally in most of these cases, and they shouldn't have been able to buy the gun in the first place. The guy at Sutherland Springs, he should have never been able to buy one because of his criminal record. That guy walking around Peace Park that was arrested with an AR, kind of scaring people walking through Peace Park, he should have been on a list never to be able to buy one. He had some convictions out in Houston. I think we need to fix the reporting system first, and then we need to come up with some rules on how to get guns out of criminals' hands. You come up with a solution for getting guns out of criminals' hands, now we can start talking. I'm not prepared to start talking about how to restrict law-abiding citizens before we restrict criminals.
It's just, in my opinion, if that guy was not able to legally buy a gun, he would have found it elsewhere in some way, or borrowed one or something,
right? Because
he wanted to go kill a bunch of people.
Sure.
So, but at the same time, I will say that I'm sorry. I can't believe that this is going to have any effect whatsoever. We're not going to see less mass shootings because of closing this private sale loophole. We're not.
Let's see. Mark is on the Todd and Don show. Hey, Mark, hang on just a second. Can you hang on just a second? 8:45. Let's take a look at traffic, and here's Melinda.
We've got a wreck still sitting on the right